This foldable is to review parallel lines. You just need half of it, and if you'll put these graph facing up, we're going to fold it towards the dotted line. So what we're looking at is to write the equation of a line that's parallel to the y is equal to 2x minus 3 through the point negative 1, 2. And what you need to remember is that parallel lines have the same slope. So that means that 2 is your slope. And you're going to have to write the equation in the form of y is equal to mx plus b. This is your x value. This is a y value. And you solve for b. So I'm going to write it over here. Solve for b. So you plug in the values. 2, because it's a y value. 2, because that is your slope. X is negative 1. And then plus b. 2 is equal to negative 2 plus b. And then we add 2 to both sides. 4 is equal to b. That means that the equation that is parallel that goes through this point is the equation y is equal to 2x, because it has to have the same slope, and then a positive 4, so plus 4, as your y-intercept. Now we're going to write them over here. We're going to call the first one y1, this one right here, the one they gave us. And that is 2x minus 3. And the second one over here is y2 is equal to 2x minus plus 4. To graph it, we start at the negative 3 for the first equation. 1, 2, 3. And then the slope is going to go up 2 to the right 1. So from that point, 1, 2, and to the right 1. Connect the lines. The dots to form a line. Make sure you go outside the graph. Put arrows because it's a line. Y2 starts with the y-intercept of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you still go up 2 and to the right 1. So because we go out of our graph, we could just go 1, 2, and to the right 1. So you just extend the graph as you need it. Connect those 2 points. And there's your 2 parallel lines. The other thing that you can do on this slope is, because we don't have enough room, we could also have it negative 2 over negative 1. That still equals 2, which gives us the same slope. What that does, though, is allow you to go down from that intersection, 1, 2, and to the right 1. Still creating the same line. Okay, the other equation that we're going to look at is write the equation of the line parallel to y is equal to 3x minus 2 through the point negative 1, negative 2. Since we want parallel lines, we want the same slope. Same slope. That means the slope that we will be using is 3. And then we solve for the b. Solve for b. And we're going to use these values. This is your x value, and this is your y value. And that's your m. So this equation is going to look like negative 2 is equal to 3 times negative 1 plus b. Negative 2 is equal to negative 3 plus b. We're going to add 3 to both sides. 1 is equal to b. That means that the second equation that we solve for, or the equation that we solve for, is y is equal to 3, because that's the slope we have to use, x. So that's just the form. And then we have a positive 1 as our y-intercept, so we write plus 1. y1 is the first equation that they give us, and it has a y-intercept of -2, so let's write it down first. 3x minus 2. That means that we're going to start at the -2. 1, 2. On this one, we're going to go up 3 and over 1 to the right. So if you don't see a denominator, it will be 1 to the right. That means 1, 2, 3, and 1 to the right. Make sure you go outside the graph, make arrows. And then if you don't mind, please indicate which equation this is. This is the first one. So y2 is the one that we solved for, which is 3x plus 1. That means that we start at the +1, then go up 3 because it's positive, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. If you don't see a number, remember it's a +1 to the right. And then we line up the points, make arrows at the end because they're lined, and call it y2. For the last one right over here, we're still looking at writing the equation of a line that is parallel to 2x minus 3y is equal to 6 through the point 0, 3. And what we need to do is fix this one. Fix it. What does that mean? That means to put it in this form right here, because we don't know what the slope is without putting it in the correct form. So let's rewrite it. 2x minus 3y is equal to 6 minus 2x minus 2x. To get rid of that, we have a -3y is equal to, and these don't go together because this doesn't have an x. What we have to put is this -2x first. Remember, minus and negatives are interchangeable. That means that this +6 becomes a +6. Now we're going to divide by -3 to everything. Y is equal to 2/3 x minus 2. Well, we did that work to find out what slope we needed to use. 2/3 is the slope that we need. And now we need to solve for the y-intercept. Well, here they give us the y-intercept. How do we know when x equals 0? Then the y value is the y-intercept. So this is y1. That means that y2 has to have the same slope. And because of this information right here, we know that our y-intercept is a +3. So let's write them down. y1 is the equation that we were given. We just had to rewrite it. 2/3 x minus 2. And y2 is equal to 2/3 x plus 3. We're going to have -2, 1, 2 for our first equation. This one means up 2 and to the right 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Draw the lines. The next one, a +3. 1, 2, 3. That's where we start. And then we're going to go up 2. And to the right 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Where this was the second equation, y2, and this one was the first one, y1. Now, this is a review for parallel lines.